Carlton's Travel Adventures. Go get your passport. What's up, folks? This is Carlton with Carlton's Travel Adventures. Another beautiful day in Medellin. I think this is Easter Sunday, right? Yeah. Anyway, so I promised to do you guys a video on options. I do Forex, I do options. Been in the stock market since I was about 24 years old, 23, I don't know, long time. So I'm ahead of some of you guys, and some of you guys want to know more about options. And I said, I told you, my goal is to make about $1,000 a month minimum to pay for my increased rent in Cartagena. Should really be about 600 because I'm paying about 440 now. We'll pay about 1,000 there or so, but if I can pull 1,000 off, which means even better, it means less of my money out of my pocket. I've been studying options now for, maybe 9 months or so. And how I got into options, I already knew about options. I had my Series 7 license, by the way. Some of you know what Series 7 is, 66. It's like a stockbroker's license. You needed to be a broker. And I got it when I was a banker because I needed to get my referral fees. Even though I wasn't the broker, for me to get paid from clients I referred to the internal broker, I had to have my Series 7. So I passed it the first time. It wasn't that hard to me. Some people take 2-3 times to pass it. I knocked it out. Barely pass it, that's all you need to pass it by 1 point, and you're good. So anyway, so I know about options, but I never had the time to really go into them. Like Forex, when you're working, full-time job, you got a family, kids, and so forth, and you leave work, go to the gym, you just no time to really get into this stuff. So since I retired, I really take the time. I like financial stuff, Some people said to me, why are you doing this? Why are you working? You're retired. I like it, and I don't get it. I have a hard time to sit around all day watching TV and chasing skirt all day. It gets boring, man. I like my brain to be working. It helps you, ward off Alzheimer's too, So it helps to keep your mind thinking. Like learn a new language, keep your mind, financial stuff. The morning I get up and I'm doing my Forex, I get ready to do my options, do the research. My mind's always thinking about stuff. It's good for your brain. All right, so that's one thing, and I actually like it. Anyway, so I told you on my live stream, there's no way you guys should be poor. There really isn't a way you should be poor. Some countries have no opportunities. The United States have a lot of opportunities, and this country does too. But maybe people are not as. I gotta be careful what I say sometimes. Oh, before I forget, I'm gonna say it. Might retape it and do it again and tell you, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm not your financial advisor. Before you make any decisions, please consult your CPA or your financial advisor, okay? I gotta say that. And I just remembered I didn't say it. Okay, so some countries might have opportunity to teach the kids from they're small and in good elementary school, high school, and so forth. And there's some spots in the U.S. that are like that. Very few spots that's really, really bad high school, bad middle school. I think, but disagree with me if you want. I think overall, though, educational system in the U.S. is pretty good. Is it excellent? Is it like some other countries? No, I think it's good enough. And it's up to you, I think, and parents and the kids to have some motivation and really want to learn. Okay, I'm an immigrant, from a poor country. I got here, and I think it has to do with your what do you want? Do you really want something? You want to succeed. And anybody can do Forex and options. There's one of my subscribers, I won't say his name or you want me to call him out, but I taught him about Forex when he was here a few months ago. Maybe last year was here, and he had to leave and go back closer to his job. But we still communicate. And I see this guy wanted to learn it, right? And he's sticking with it. And he's getting better every day. He's sticking with it. And I say, don't give up on it. Just keep doing it for a year, 2 years, 3 years, doesn't matter. It's not going anywhere. Just get better, get better, get better. I've been doing it 3 years. Am I perfect? No, but I'm always getting better. I'm always learning things. I was with my buddy Wendell yesterday at his house, just going over ideas. We're kicking ideas back and forth. Never stop trying to get better at something. Same thing with options. I branched off into options. Forex was enough, but I wanted to learn options because it's less risky than Forex, and you can make good money. Not as much money as Forex, but you can make good money with less risk. So now I'm doing both, right? And let's stick with options now. But my point about the guy that I taught just the beginning of Forex, he really wants to learn. He wants to succeed, so he's been sticking with it. Most people, I hate to say it to you, I'm gonna call you out. You want the money. You don't want to put the time in. You really don't want to put the time in. Okay? You really don't. A good buddy of mine, he wanted me to teach him Forex 2 years ago. I said, okay, let me see you get motivated and start something. Start with looking at some stuff on videos, look at these articles and so forth. Oh, yeah. I 6 months later, I asked him, oh, he hasn't started yet. Okay? And 2 years later, I just give up. He hasn't started. No motivation. They love the money, but they don't want to do it. Most of you don't want to do the work. Very few of you will stick something out and keep learning. And it takes that extra drive, you know what I'm saying, to succeed. And Mark Cubans of the world, and really successful people, they study, on something, they keep going till they succeed. It takes that extra drive that people have, and they will succeed when you won't. All right? So options, I was learning Forex for a couple of years. So let me jump in the option. I know enough about it. So it's a lot less risky. And I'm not going to teach you options in 10 minutes. It's impossible, obvious, right? But I'm giving you the tools if you want to learn it, all right? And like I said, my goal was to start to make money in options this year. I started last year, maybe July and August, I don't know, by studying options on the TD Ameritrade, okay? They have one of the best systems to learn for free. You heard me? Free. Go to TD Ameritrade, sign up for a brokerage account. Don't worry about it, not gonna fund it. You don't have to fund it. They'll send you emails every now and then, can you fund your account, Ignore it, don't fund the account. Go to TD, and I'm not getting paid by TD Ameritrade, so that you know that, right? But they have one of the best systems to learn. Once you sign up for a brokerage account, don't fund it, but go into the educational section, right? And they give you all these free lessons about options, starting from scratch, And if you don't have the background like I did a little bit, just start with the basic courses, could be 20 minutes each or something. Look at it twice, 2-3 times until you get it, And I'm willing to help people, that already start to learn. I'm not going to teach them from scratch. There are ways to do. You can look at YouTube. You can look at TD Ameritrade. It's all free on TD Ameritrade. And when you keep taking these lessons, there's one large 7-hour course, And when you pass that, you should be pretty good. You got, tests after each chapter, and then a major test at the few chapters. I'm telling you, the way for you to start TD Ameritrade, YouTube and stuff, but get the free courses, try to learn. Okay? I took it for about six months, just looking at YouTube channels, reading articles, taking TD Ameritrade courses. If you fail it, take it again. It'll sink in, believe me, it'll sink in eventually. You will get it. I did it for 6 months, and I knew some after a while, and I started doing the options, and I think it was January. Sorry about that, which was a goal, right? I started doing something called spreads. I told you before, and I got burnt a little bit on the spreads, okay? Which is okay. It's gonna cost you to learn. Now I'm doing something called the wheel, which is just, to me, it's a safe strategy. You can almost not lose money. And I'll explain, people are gonna say, well, that's not true. So I can't go into details like I want to, because it's just a basic course, right? If you do what's called sell calls, this is where you own the stock, want to make premiums. The idea now is not to make a ton of money. Sometimes you can invest 1,000 and make 10,000 for the week, right? Certain ways. I'm not going to go into all that. I'm talking about cash secured puts, cash secured calls. The calls are secured by stock, Now, if you own it, a quick example, I'm not going to teach you everything in half an hour. You own a stock in Exxon. You bought it for $80 a share, just a round number, okay? You sell calls on it. But all that means is, you're going to put a contract is 100 shares, by the way. You got to have 100 shares of the stock to do any kind of contract, okay? If you sell a call you're going to sell a call always above the price you bought it. Bought it for 80, bought it for 60, whatever. You're going to sell the call above. So if you get assigned, you're always going to make money. Okay, you're always going to make money. That's why I said call is almost impossible to lose money on the calls. Okay, so you own Exxon for $80 a share. You sell a call for $85. You get a premium. This wheel strategy is just collecting premium. That's why I want to collect $1,000 premium a month. Okay, that's all I'm trying to do. All right, and I told you before, I keep track of my trades in the book. I start doing that. I'm gonna put it in an Excel spreadsheet soon. How much you make each week, right? When I started with a Robinhood account with $13,000 back in January. I've been doing those there. First spreads, then I'm doing some calls, selling puts. I got burnt on 2 stocks, and I'll explain why. I shouldn't even explain why. They're very volatile. Once you learn enough, I'll tell you what not to do. If I lose some money initially, it's okay. You gotta learn, okay? So the mistakes I made when I first started, I don't make them again. The stock was too volatile, okay? I don't do that anymore, okay? So when I started with my Charles Schwab account, March, you probably can't see, March 14th, I started to document this. I still have some money in the Robinhood account, and I still do that anyway, but I'm trying to document just the Charles Schwab account here, right? Because that's where most of the money is. So I started up by March 14th documented. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contracts on the 14th of March, and I picked up $95. That's per week. I like weekly contracts. And when you sell the calls or sell the puts, you get a fee. For each one I do. Like I sold a call on APA, it's an oil company, oil and gas, and I picked up $18.35. Then I sold on MPC Marathon. I picked up $28. I sold Occidental, another contract. These are all 100 shares, $32. I sold Intel, $8.35. I sold Cisco, 1 contract, $7.35. Got a total of $94.75 or $95 for the week. Not bad, $100 for the week. Selling 1 contract each. Okay, selling calls. I set the strike price above the purchase where I bought the stock. So if I'm assigned meaning the stock finished over your strike price. Okay? At or over your strike price, then you have to sell the shares to the person on the other side. I didn't want to sell the shares, I want to keep them. So I sell them for a really high percentage chance of, or beta or percentage chance of success, right? Or a very low beta, all right? So hard to go into that. I'm just giving you a high level discussion. You have to learn it from TD Ameritrade and so forth, and I'll help you later on, show you the mistakes I made early on with my Robinhood account. No, I don't make those mistakes. I'm not trying to make a bunch of money with these contracts. These are a small amount, 18, 28, 32, 8, 7, 94, 75 for 1 week. I could have make it more risky or closer to the strike price. I'm gotten probably twice as much, but so I'm okay with this, $95. Okay. Next week, 3/21. Probably can't see this on the 21st. You can't see somebody do this. I did 1, 2, 3, 4 more contracts, all calls, and I picked up $138 the second week, going up. Got the picture? Get a picture? All right. No. Actually, I picked up. I did 4 here for 138, and I forgot I did 2 more down here the same week, and I got 43. I got 233 the second week. That's not bad. It's going up. You need to make $200 a week. That's $800 a month selling these. And I got no assignment. None of them got assigned. Collect the premium, nothing happened. Collect premium, nothing happened. All I'm trying to do is collect premiums for the contract I write, and nothing happened to to the stock. I keep my stock, right? Then I start doing more and more and more. On the 28th, March 28th, probably can't see it, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 contracts. I picked up $239. Not bad, right? It was so it was $95, then $233, then $239 by March 28th. All documented here. That's not added up already. 2, 4, about $500. And that's not bad by 28. And I kept going and kept getting more. April the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 contracts. Picked up $333 here. Oh, and I did another one over, sorry. The 10th contract, this part I couldn't fit here. Into another contract for $68. Okay? So that's over $400. Yeah, for something on April the 4th. That's all. I'm just getting premiums, collecting money. That's all I'm doing. It's not hard, guys. Not hard at all. You know, I finally got assigned on two stocks, which was fine by me. My buddy and I found this one stock called Rivian, R-I-V-N, that we're working back and forth. We're selling puts, selling calls, selling puts, selling calls. When I sold 2 puts on Rivian, and I got assigned. It's not a bad thing. I got the premium. I got the stock at a low price, $41 and $43, right? Of course, it went down against me. That's a put, but I'm gonna stick with calls now. Okay, so so $400 plus that week, and then on last week, 4/14th, that was last week. Only did 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. So I figure Rivian's going really well. Rivian's going well. It's volatile enough, but not too volatile. I love the stock. Never sell a put on a stock you do not want to own, because eventually you'll own it. Okay. So I said, okay, let me stick with Rivian only. So I did 3 calls on Rivian and 2 puts. The puts is where it was at $36.50. Right? When the stock was at a price of $39 on Monday, right? These are all, I like weekly calls, only weekly calls. Get over with quickly, collect the money, do some more contract for the next week, all right? And I did 3 calls at $44.50, which means that, it has to go above $44.50 and then I have to sell the stock at $44.50. Not a bad thing. I got them at 41 and 43. I'm going to make money, all right? Then I sold the puts at $36.50 when the stock Monday was at 39. It goes to $36.50 or below, I got to buy those shares. This is okay. I don't mind owning them at $36.50. It's good. I mean, I already own some at 40 and 37. That kind of price, I love to pick up some more shares, okay? So I did that. I collected, 72, 34, 66, what did I add up to? Just on Rivian, okay? Then I said, okay, I saw a nice opportunity on Tuesday to write a call on Occidental, already own the shares, Occidental was $61 a share. I sold the call for $65, never hit it, got $26 more. So total all those $198 I picked up, last week. Not bad again. Could I have done more? Yeah, I could have done more. I said, okay, let me just play it safe. Just play Rivian this week mostly, and start adding up what I got. And I pay over I think it's over $1,000 right now. Do the math, okay? Over $1,000. Do the math. I should have done it for you. 95 plus the 233, the 239, the 4 something, 333 plus 68 at 4 something, and then the 198. That's it. I've not gotten burned. I have some notes about next week. Tomorrow, Monday. I write them on Monday. I wait till the market settled about 12 o'clock or so, 1 o'clock. Then I do my options. But so tomorrow I'm looking at some research. Lucid, Neo, doing puts on those. I don't mind owning them. Probably do some more calls on Occidental. I already own that one. Do some puts on Ford. Okay? Pick up some money on Ford. So I don't mind owning Ford. at $19, $20 a share. I don't mind owning Lucid, about $19, $20 a share. And Ford is about $15 a share, sorry, my scribbling. And I don't mind owning NEO, okay? If it goes down, I'm doing puts. Yeah, so let me continue. It's a little break in the tape here, ran out of space. So, like I said, I'm going to do some puts on Lucid, puts on NEO, and puts on Ford. I like to own any of these stocks. So if they go against me and I get assigned, I'm okay. Picking up premiums, okay? That's the idea, right? So this is kind of a high level introduction to options. You know, I'm just trying to collect premiums, collect 1,000 premium. I can probably collect, really, if I really work this system right, $500 probably a week in premiums if I really wanted to work it, okay? And it's really not hard to do if I push it a little bit. And I'm not going to lose any money, okay? There's some risk when you do puts than calls, because when you do calls, it's going to set the price above where you bought it. The risk with the puts is, you know, because you can do a put, say the stock is worth, Rivian is worth 40, which it is now. I sell a put at 38, okay? If it goes to 36, I got to buy it at 38, and it could keep going down to 25, okay? I don't think it will. That's why I've chosen Rivian. Rivian's a pretty good, nice stock, I think, and you might disagree. It's okay. Everybody has their own opinion. I think eventually Rivian's one of the better EV companies. NEO also. A bunch of them that's probably going to be crap, but those I do like, and Lucid also. So I'm setting it out low enough. Like last week, I did the put at $36. Okay. If I put them a little higher, probably make more money, but I'm going to put them lower. So if it dropped to 36 again, I'll pick them up at 36. Not bad. Okay. So it puts a little more riskier, but the calls are not as risky because you're always going to sell it above the price that you bought it. Okay. It is kind of simple. There's a lot of different types of options out there. I mean, a ton different type. Iron Condor, all kind of stuff. Open Wing Butterfly. There's a lot of stuff. Broken Wing Butterfly. All fancy names. They do a lot of stuff. Maybe make one comment. Okay, people don't like to do this. If you really want to learn something, I'll tell you, it's worth it sometimes to pay an expert, not me. I don't have the time for it. It's the general comment. If you really want to learn options, there are a bunch of different companies out there. You got to do your research. That'll teach you this stuff. Also, some website, like YouTube sites, have guys that do options for years, and they'll teach you for a certain fee. Nothing wrong with paying a fee to learn. You know, really, if somebody's going to charge me if someone's going to charge me $2,000, just throw a number out there for a course on options, and I really want to learn options. These guys are experts. I know some names. I'm going to throw them out there to give them any sales, right? Because I research all of them myself. But I'm the kind of guy that will take my time and learn 6 months or a year and learn, right? But there's nothing wrong with paying a guy that's been doing this for 20, 30 years, $2,000, $3,000. He said, okay, it's a lot of money. Come on, you go on vacation and spend $3,000. Do you want to succeed or not? Do you want to learn or not? Get serious here, okay? If he's going to teach you the stuff and let you avoid all the mistakes, all the learning curve, it's going to cost you $2,000, $3,000. It really is worth it to do it, especially if you're a guy that don't want to take a year to learn, 6 months to learn, and make a bunch of mistakes and learn. I don't mind doing that, okay? So I really don't buy courses, but there's nothing wrong with it. It cuts down on the learning curve. It teaches you the mistakes that they made, teaches you things to avoid, okay? So there's nothing wrong with paying $2,000, $3,000 for a course for somebody to teach it to you and save a lot of time, and you can start making money faster. Consider that also, if you're serious. But no, most of you are not serious. I'm going to be very frank. Most of you are not serious. You're not. All right. I'm just going to be frank about it. You know, I told you about TD Ameritrade. Told you what you should do. 6 months from now, you probably do nothing. Or you might start and spend, 2 weeks, oh man, this is hard or this is boring, I'm not gonna do it. You want the money though, right? Yeah, I know you do. Okay? What if you retired and you pick up another $1,000 a week or $1,000 a month, retired, to pay for your expenses? Wouldn't that be lovely? It would be. It is possible. It's not that hard. Okay? Say, man, I don't know stocks. You're not dumb. Most of you aren't stupid. I'm not a genius. I'm not a genius. All right? You just need that drive. When I was in university at Rutgers, all right? I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't a nerd, but if people thought I was smart, I think I was stupid. I'm not stupid, not that smart as people thought I was. And why did I say that? I got a degree in philosophy, a degree in business economics, and a third labor studies, right? And all in 3.5 years, people say you're smart. No. I went to summer school once just to get extra courses. When I see a lot of the fraternities out there, I'm gonna make some enemies now. It's okay. I'm telling you the facts. You don't like it, tough, right? If you're a Kappa, a Q dog, and so forth. I see these guys out there studying, spending hours, hours making these steps and shit like that, and I'm going, damn, those motherfuckers should be studying, right? I know some of you gonna get on my case, but a lot of these guys I knew that failed out. There's a friend of mine named Caesar from Newark. He come in from a bad school, then people talk him into pledging. He spent all those hours studying steps and all that. It's what you should be studying. This lesson, and then he failed out after a year and a half in university. All right? Some of you can do it, some of you can't. All right? They do the pledging, all this other crap you're doing, going online. I don't have no time for that crap. Really don't have time for that. You know? I'm studying Friday night. I got a car. A buddy starts saying, "Oh man, let's go, hit some chicks up." I said, "Man, I got my lessons to do, man. I got it." Because I had a philosophy degree, I had to study, write papers, 25, 30-page papers. So when they were out there partying and stepping and watching those step shows, you know, I hate to see black folks do that stuff, and I'm gonna get in trouble, I know. But I don't care. I'm telling you the truth. Because the time they're sitting there doing no stepping or studying no stepping, it could be studying. Yeah, 4 years. I'm going off on a tangent. Sorry, I wasn't mean to do that, but it pisses me off when I see, you know, black kids doing that stuff, especially black kids from poor school doing that stuff, you know. And you barely make it. So you went online, you pledged, you barely make it through with B's or maybe C's, you know. Then you say, well, fraternities are helpful. Help me get a job. Bullshit. What help you get a job is A's and great degrees. That's going to help you get a job more than fraternity. It's my opinion. It's going to be my new book, but just when I touch on that, my point is, you got to want it. Was I that smart? I don't think I was that smart. I always said, if I was that smart, I wouldn't have to study so much. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I looked at it. I studied my ass off on the weekend. Saturday, Sunday, I'm studying, writing papers. You know, people out there partying and dancing and stepping and all this crap. I'm here studying, man, because I know 4 years goes fast. It's all about the drive. 4 years go fast. Same thing with you. You want to study options, Forex, 4 years go fast. A year goes fast. You keep studying options for the next year, I guarantee you by the end of the year, you're going to be good at it and be able to do what I do. I guarantee it. But do you have the drive to do it? Most of you don't. End of the year, you'll go, oh, I guess well, you know, and you haven't done it. 1% of you will do what I told you, go to TD Ameritrade, sign up for the brokerage account, take the educational courses, really study, especially if you're going to retire. Spend the time, it's a little time. You ain't got to spend 10 hours a day. I mean, you could do half an hour for one course before you go to bed. That's it. You know, that's it. And you keep taking them, learn. If you're going to retire in 5 years, and 2 years or whatever. I met a subscriber. You know what I'm talking about. About 2 weeks ago, went to lunch, Medellin Burger Company. He's telling me that his parents, 75 and 80 years old, true story. You know, he's out there. He can, if he listens to the video, he can respond and tell it's true. They start doing options when they retired. They're now making more money in options than they made together when they were working. They work together as a couple, you know. One do the research, the other one, and they're making more money, thousands a week in options than they did when they were working. And they're 75, 80 years old. If you're out there responding, see, I'm not making this up. Okay? They can do it at 75, 80 years old. You guys are 20, 30, and you can do it too. It's not that hard, but you need to put the time in to study it. That's all I'm saying. All right? So hope you guys get motivated. Don't forget to put the thumbs up on my channel. I do another one, follow up with this one. You know, it's getting too long. I hate to do half an hour. You guys get bored. Although some of you need to get motivated by listening to this thing, you know. I want all you guys to succeed. You know, we as black people, and I know not all white people are rich. Don't go there. But I'm saying as us, we just came from slavery, you know, 100 years ago. My parents had no education to be teaching us about stocks and bonds. My parents couldn't do that. Maybe some of your parents may be able to do that. I don't know. My parents couldn't do that. They had third grade education. That's it. They were laborers. All working, sweeping, you know, warehouses, cleaning hospital beds, and that's what they did. They couldn't teach me anything. All right. We don't have that. Remember when I went to start to work for the OCC as a bank examiner, or training course, 7 people on it. 2 blacks, 1 black male, 1 black female, other whites. But they were just like, the white were just like me. I mean, they were regular down, middle class or lower middle class. And this one lady on the team, Karen, she's about 6'2", nicest girl in the world, right? Came from like Cherry Hill, New Jersey, South, rich area. Jews and really rich, nothing derogatory being said, but she's Jewish. And when we have a conversation at lunch and so forth, she talk about the fact that, you know, she got 100 shares of IBM stock when she was, 13 or whatever, when you had a bar mitzvah, that's it, right? From her grandfather, gave her 100 shares of IBM stock. Like, rest of us, even the white, you know, holy shit. We're thinking like, what? we don't, no one can give us that kind of stuff. Even including the white people, not just the 2 blacks. You know, we're probably poorer than but they're all regular people like that. And Karen, that's the way she grew up. If you grow up in a family like that, your parents can teach you this stuff. Mark Cuban teaches kids, 10-year-old kids, how to invest. If we do that to our kids, you know, instead of teaching them how to play basketball, the hours of playing basketball, or you do both. Teach them stock market. Teach them, you know, options. Teach them from they're 15, 16, 14. They're not dumb, they can pick it up. You know, teach them that stuff. You're going to produce more Robert Smith than Michael Jordan. And Robert Smith got more money than Michael Jordan, he does. You know who Robert Smith is? Look him up, all right? He's got more money than Michael Jordan, who's wealthier. And he's the one that paid off all the debt from that black university, Missouri Black School. And he does a lot of stuff that people don't know about, all right? The guy's a billionaire, multi-billionaire, you know. These kids start learning that stuff from a young age. Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 of them will pick it up and they're really good at it. They will. You'll find a certain percentage of those kids that's going to pick this stuff up, and they start that early. By the time they're 20s, they're probably going to be making a ton of money. 30s, they got this thing covered, man. Options, Forex, teach them at a young age. That's what we got to do. Instead of taking these kids to play basketball camp and, you know, football camp all the time. They can do both if they're gifted, fine. But teach them this stuff at a young age. You'd be amazed how many millionaires and billionaires we produce them from these black kids, all right? Thanks for listening. I got to go, right? If you have the intestinal fortitude and the drive to learn this stuff, you can. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Bye. Make that money.